I'm great, Harsh. How are you? They are never constant. Okay, they keep on changing the values. So, for example, there are two friends, and one friend becomes happy, the other would also become happy. One friend goes sad, other would also be sad. Talking about true friends. Yeah, Sumit, that's what I'll do today. Okay. So what is happening? These two friends who can be compared to the variables, they are either happy together or sad together, isn't it? So whenever we have this kind of relationship between two variables, we call it direct relation. All right, the relation is direct. Whenever the relation is like of enemies, so one is happy, other becomes sad. One is sad, other becomes happy. Right? So we can actually understand why I say that this topic is very much comparable to life and important for life, because this is how we can understand relations. We call them mathematical relations, direct and inverse, and in real life we call either people are friends or enemies. So direct is written by x is proportional to y, and inverse by x is proportional to 1 by y. I hope that is clear. That's an analogy which we will use to understand this. Okay. So this is what a mathematical relation is all about. Shinchan, right? And whenever we want to convert this into a mathematical equation, all we have to do is replace this sine alpha with is equal to, and multiply the variable right hand side with a constant, let it be k. Clear? This becomes x equal to ky. This becomes a mathematical equation. All right? Understood? Similarly, if it was the same thing over here, this will be x is equal to k multiplied by 1 by y. All right? Any problem there? That's clear to all of you? So, see what is happening, you need to understand. X and y will keep on changing. This k remains constant. To understand it better, I'll just give you one example. So let's say I want to, I have a fixed time of 1 hour to travel. Okay? मैं सिर्फ 1 घंटे ही travel कर सकता हूँ. And distance that I have to travel is 50 kilometers. So my speed will automatically be 50 kilometers per hour, isn't it? भाई 1 ही घंटा मेरे पास है. I'll have to travel at 50 kilometers per hour. Okay. Similarly, if my distance becomes 100 kilometers, my speed would be 100 kilometers per hour, isn't it? Seems right? My distance becomes, let's say, 1000 kilometers. My speed would be 1000 kilometers per hour, isn't it? Why? Because my time is constant. 1 घंटे ही है मेरे पास. So to travel more distance, I have to increase my speed. That means the relation between distance and speed is direct, because they will either increase simultaneously or they will decrease simultaneously. But this can happen if and only if there is some constant, and that constant in this case is the time. Clear? So now if I replace x with t and y with s, I'll get, and constant is time, k with t, I'll get the formula for distance, that is speed into time. Isn't it? Clear? Is that clear? So k is the constant over here. Exactly, Yash. Tanishq, exactly. No problem at all. Let us understand by example inverse relationship. So let's say I have to travel a distance of 100 kilometers. Now my distance is constant. I have to move from one point A to other point B, and the distance is 100 kilometers. That is constant. And I have only 1 hour to do that. 1 hour to do that. So my speed will be 100 kilometers per hour. But if I have 2 hours to do that, my speed will be 50 kilometers per hour. So what is happening? When time increases, see, time 1 घंटे से 2 हो गया. Time has increased. Speed has decreased simultaneously. So this is the kind of relation that is called inverse. So one variable increases, other decreases. But here also k is constant. So if I replace x with, let's say, speed, and y with time, and k is the constant distance, that is t. So I'm again getting the same formula which I got over here. Okay? Cool? If you rearrange this, t goes here, it will be st only. So both the formulae are same. It's just that assuming one thing to be constant, the relation between two different variables became either direct or inverse. Perfect. No problem in that. Achha. ठीक है. So I'm going to erase all of this. And direct variation, x is equal to ky when k is a constant. Can I say x upon y is equal to k? Would that be a problem? Thanks, Meta. Would that be a problem? Not really. It's obvious. And when I say x is equal to k multiplied by 1 by y, this means that x multiplied by y is equal to k, isn't it? Right? Right? X by y is k for direct variation, and y is equal to k for inverse variation. Now we need to understand one simple thing. In direct variation, the quotient of variables is constant. What is quotient? When something is divided by some other thing. X is divided by y, we got a quotient. That quotient is constant. So we can say if two variables are in direct variation, their quotient will remain constant. Vice versa, if the quotient of two variables is constant, they are in direct proportion. All right? Makes sense? Both ways we can say that. Here we can say if the product of two variables is constant, then they are in inverse proportion. Or I can say if two variables are in inverse proportion, their product will be constant. Clear? Note it down somewhere. In direct variation, quotient is constant. What is quotient? You know what is quotient, right? We divide something by something, we get the quotient. Yeah, I'm repeating. Here, the product is constant. Cool? Gia, we are twinning today. That's what we call twinning, when we wear the same kind of shirts or whatever. Ani, see, consumption and expenditure. Consumption and expenditure can have only one relation, not both. Okay? I'll give you some examples. Wait. Is this clear? When the quotient is constant, we'll have direct variation. When the product is constant, we'll have inverse relation. Okay? Well. अब एक बात सोचो. X and Y are variables. X and Y are variables. So X and Y can assume different values. Let us say X becomes X1 and simultaneously Y becomes Y1. In other case, X becomes X2, Y becomes Y2. In third case, X becomes X3, Y becomes Y3. So all the ratios will be equal and they all will be equal to K. Right? Right? It's very much same as when I told you distance and speed. So if I take time as constant, so 100, distance is 100, speed is let's say 100. Distance is 50, speed is also 50. Distance 25, speed is also 25 because we had only 1 hour with us. So now you can actually relate this with example. Clear? Similarly, in this case, we can have different values. X1, Y1 is equal to X2, Y2 is equal to X3, Y3 is equal to whatever, dot, dot, dot. This all will be equal to K again. Is this clear? We have understood this properly. All right. Now, as I told you, this is the most important concept of mathematics. Why I said that? Because all the formulae are made like this. So, all the arithmetic formulae. I'll give you an example. See, when distance is equal to speed multiplied by time, now we need to understand which two variables over here are getting multiplied. Which two are getting multiplied? Tell me, be quick. Which two are getting multiplied? S and T, speed and time. Cool. Speed and time getting multiplied. Mathematically, they're getting multiplied. That means they are in inverse relation. Because I just told you, when the product is constant, they are in inverse relation. And when I say which two variables are getting divided, distance and speed are getting divided. Distance and time is also getting divided. Assuming T to be constant here, S to be constant here. So that clearly means that D and S will be in direct variation. And D and T also in direct variation. So whenever we see a formula, all the formulae would be made in such a way that things either get multiplied or get divided. Isn't it? इसका क्या मतलब है कि सारे फॉर्मूले बनाए ही ऐसे गए हैं? Can I say that? All the formulae of arithmetic have been made like this only. Things either get multiplied or get divided. तो किसी अब एक बात सुनना ध्यान से, चलो हंसी मजाक थोड़ा बंद करते हैं, एक चीज सोचते हैं. A person doesn't need to know mathematics. Doesn't need to know mathematics. He just needs to know very simple things, basic things. For example, letters or words or the basic logic. ये हम रट्टा मारते थे बचपन में. D is S into T. All we have to realize, the moment we realize that two things are indirect variation, we can just divide them, right? And if two things are in inverse variation, we just multiply them. Chintaniya. So let us do that. Let's try to create a formula, a fresh formula from scratch. So how formulae are made? Do you want to know that? This is going to clear your logic. Let's start that. So I'm assuming N to be number of workers. Okay, some people are there. Number of workers. Let D be number of days for which they are working, of course. Let W be the work done by them together. And H be number of hours per day that they are working. And let E be the efficiency of a worker. Okay, now I'm going to use these 5 variables to create a formula, a universal formula, which will be solving all the questions of time and work, which is going to happen soon. Okay? Aryan, मेरा मन तो PV is equal to nRT लेने का था, but there are a lot of people from commerce and arts background. That is why I'm not going too scientific in that. Okay, so let us try to do that. All we need to do is to realize that which variables are inversely related and which are directly related. Tanishq, exactly. तो मैं किसी एक को स्टैंडर्ड मान लेता हूँ. चलो मैं सारी चीजें n के हिसाब से करूंगा. Now you better tell me, what do you think will be the relation between n and d? What will be the relation between n and d? देखो तुम लोग सोचते हो कि बहुत तुम लोगों तुम्हें मैथ नहीं आती. Lot of people think that. Today I'll make you realize that all of you understand mathematics. Mathematics is just an art. Let's be artists. Inverse relation, of course, because if we have less number of people, we'll take more days to complete the work. As logical as that. You do not need to be mathematician to understand this. I'll just write inverse over here. Done. Okay. What about n and w? Number of workers and work done. Direct or inverse? Direct. More the number of people, more the work done. Logical. Even animals understand that. Non-human animals. We are to human animals. Okay, we understand better. ज़्यादा लोग ज़्यादा काम कर लेंगे. सीधी सी बात है. What about n and number of hours per day? Number of workers and hours per day. In this case, inverse. So hours is like days only, units of time. Ideally, we are saying that time and number of workers are inversely related. Be it days or hours or minutes or seconds, whatever unit of time is. Coming to E, number of workers and efficiency, inverse or direct? Number of workers and efficiency. Okay. गुनगुन थर्ड वाला कौन सा? आवर्स क्या है? टाइम है ना. ज़्यादा घंटे काम करो अगर है तो कम लोग चाहिए हमें. ज़्यादा लोग होंगे तो कम टाइम चाहिए होगा. आवर्स इज बेसिकली टाइम, राइट? Number of workers and efficiency. So a lot of people are saying direct, some one or two are saying inverse, some are saying it cannot be determined. Depends on the case. Tell me something. All of you have watched cinema, isn't it? So if Shah Rukh Khan goes to fight with the villain, one Shah Rukh Khan can fight only one villain, okay? Isn't it? Majorly, that's what happens. One Salman Khan can fight 3 villains, right? One Akshay Kumar can fight 10 villains. One Sunny Deol can fight the entire army. In the movie like RRR, Ramcharan, he fought against lakhs of people. Ayush, right? Rajnikant, he doesn't even have to fight. He just comes there and the entire humanity is destroyed. So what does it mean? That more the efficiency, less the number of people are required. Getting it? So Rajnikant was the most efficient person among all of them. And that is why only his name was enough to kill the entire world. Right? इसका मतलब क्या है? If you have more efficiency, then number of workers will be less. So it is inversely related, not directly. Why you guys got confused? Because you thought more the number of people, more the efficiency. No, it says efficiency of a worker, an individual worker. So more efficient the man is. A lot of efficient people are there. Will require less number of people to do the same thing. No, Nandita, it is efficiency of an individual worker. And that is where you guys got confused. Is it clear now, Nandita? You'll never forget this. All right. So now I'm going to make a formula out of them. So I told you whenever there is inverse proportion, we need to multiply that. D, H, and E will multiply with N, D, H, E, and W will be divided. And this is going to be constant, and we have our formula. The formula is made, N, D, H, E upon W. The entire time and work chapter depends on this formula. All right, Sagar, you got that? अगर किसी के अंदर ज़्यादा efficiency होगी, 5-6 लोग हैं ज़्यादा efficiency वाले तो कम लोग हमें चाहिए होंगे. So today you got the formula and also you realize that how important this concept is. Clear to everyone? And to make it a proper formula, let us take two different cases, N1 D1 H1 E1 upon W1 is equal to N2 D2 H2 E2 upon W2, and we have our formula with us. ठीक है? देखो मैथ्स को ना लोगों ने बना रखा है कि बहुत साइंस है, इट्स वियर्ड, इट्स कोल्ड कॉन्क्रीट एक्सप्रेशंस, बट मैथमेटिक्स इज अ लैंग्वेज एक्चुअली. No, Pradyumna, we're not doing time and work. I'm telling you how variation helps in creating the formula. Yes, the things which are inversely connected, inversely related, they'll be multiplied. And those which are directly related, they are divided. That's it. Clear? This is constant, no? अभी हमने सिखाया था ना, सीखा था x upon y is constant, xy is constant. So whenever we have two different kind of, जैसे कि for example, okay, चलो अगर ये समझ में नहीं आया तो example यहाँ पे ले ही लेते हैं. Wait, I just have to erase this. So, if there's a question, see, 100 cats kill 100 rats in 100 days. All of you will understand. 100 cats kill 100 rats in 100 days. In how many days would 10 cats kill 10 rats? Tell me the answer. Click a yes, of course. There I got you guys. All of you writing 10 days. I played with your mind, you know. I did some kind of psychology. Mathematics is simple. Humanity is very complex. And that's why you're writing 10 is the answer. 100 3 बार दिख गया, 10 बार 3 बार देखना है ना, इसे 10 बोल दिया. Now, see, this, all of you will understand what this formula is actually doing here. Number of workers, N1, was 100 cats. Rats is basically, killing the rat is work done. Killing the rats is work done. So W1, work done is 100, and D1 is 100. Here we don't have H or E. So if it's not there, it's not required. N2 is the second case. Now you get it? जो लोग पूछ रहे कि 1, 2 कैसे हुआ? The second case में क्या हुआ? 10 cats, number of workers is 10. Work done is killing 10 rats, and D2 is what we have to calculate. Put in the values and tell me what is going to happen. So 100 multiplied by 100, and ND inversely proportional, divided by 100 is work done, will be equal to 10 multiplied by D2, which we need to calculate upon 10. And when you solve it, you get 100 as the answer, not 10. I hope the formula and the question and everything is clear to you. And what's more complex? Human mind. The psychology of human mind, which I played with right now. Maths is simple. By the way, there's one more thing which I want you guys to understand, and that is, I told you two things can be in variation. Kashish, I'm telling you, two things can be in variation if and only if there is some constant, yes or no, be it direct or be it inverse. In direct case, the quotient was constant. In inverse case, the product is constant. There has to be a constant. Then only two things will be relationship. So 100 and 100 and 100, इसमें एक constant चाहिए था. That constant was number of days. Clear? The constant was number of days. By the way, practically, there's one cat, and it has to kill one rat. It will also take 100 days. Yes or no? One cat is taking 100 days to kill one rat. Anurag, how? ये formula है, दिख रहा है ना? One cat will also take 100 days to kill one rat. All of you must have got that. Gungun, what didn't you get? I just plugged in the values in the formula. Everything is in front of you. N1 भी लिखा है, N2 भी लिखा है. देखो, N1 D1 upon W1 is equal to N2 upon W2. H और E यहाँ था ही नहीं, तो उसको लिखा ही नहीं. Now it's clear. आयुष प्रैक्टिकली सेंस बन रहा है, सोच के देखो. Why digging denominator? भी है ना, अभी तो समझाया. डायरेक्ट रिलेशन है ना उसका. ये देखो सामने लिखा तो है. And D is not denominator. कहाँ D denominator में? W is in denominator. Look at it closely. N D upon W. How I found the formula, Rahul Raj. Two things are inversely related, you have to multiply them. Two things are directly related, you have to divide them. That's it. Nothing else. Vishnu work done is killing off the rats. Killing off the rats. That's it. Yes, yeah, N is taken as common. No, I just took N as standard. कोई एक तो लेना पड़ेगा ना formula बनाने के लिए. Vedanti will come to that. So now the concept is clear. We'll go along and do some questions, and everything will be crystal clear to us. Coming to first question. X varies directly with the square of y when y is 12, x is 452. Find x when y is 18. Let's do a few questions, and जो हल्का फुल्का बच गया है समझना, सब समझ में आ जाएगा। Direct variation है, so everyone tell me whenever we have direct variation, what needs to be done? Divide or multiply? What needs to be done? Tell me in the comments, be quick. Divide, exactly. X varies directly with the square of y. That means x upon y square is the constant. Clear to all of you? So we can create the formula. x1 upon y1 का square is equal to x2 upon y2 का square. What is x1 here? x1 is 452, y1 is 12. So I can write 452 upon square of 12 is equal to find x. Next, x upon square of 18. That's what. That is all. Clear? Direct divide कर दिया. Square of y से square लगा दिया. 452 into 18 upon 12 into 12. That is what the value of x is. 6 2s are 6 2s are 6 3s are 6 3s are 113 into 9, 900, 117. So the answer is 1017. Clear? Now I think it's clear to all of you. No more confusion at all. Let's go to the next one. A precious stone had fallen and broken into two pieces, whose weights are in the ratio 2:3. The value of the stone is proportional to the square of the weight. If the value of the stone before breaking is rupees 25,000, find the loss percentage in the total value due to the breakage. You have 3 minutes to solve this question. I'll keep quiet for these 3 minutes and wait for you. जैसा कि आई थिंक आई कॉन्टेस्ट जो डायरेक्ट हो तो डिवाइड कर दो, इनडायरेक्ट इनवर्स हो तो मल्टीप्लाई कर दो. दैट्स इट. आकांक्षा, कांग्रेचुलेशंस. अनुराग, पिछले किया है, it will be direct only. Okay, so I am telling all of you this. If it is not mentioned, then it will always be taken as direct by default. Okay, now do it. See, what happened? Certain things that the question is asking, I'll just write that. We know that the value of stone is proportional to the square of its weight. So value, let it be, value is price only. So price, if P stands for price and W stands for weight, then price is directly proportional to W square. Is that clear? This part is clear to all of you? This thing is clear to all of you? Isn't it? Yes or no? Okay. So there are two cases. One is before breaking, other is after breaking. So before breaking, what exactly happened? After breaking, the ratio is 2:3. That means the weights can be 2K and 3K. But before breaking, the weight was 2K plus 3K. Can we say that? Yes or no? I've already multiplied with K. So this alpha will be nothing but is equal to, right? Is that clear? Is the step clear? That is before breaking. and it's given as 25,000. So this means 2k plus 5k, 5k ka square. 25k square is equal to how much? It's 25,000. Clear? Which further means k square is equal to 1,000. Got it? What happened after breaking? After breaking, the price became equal to square of 2k plus square of 3k, because now they are two different pieces. Now it is two different pieces. All right? Pritham, k is the constant. No, the multiple. K is the constant. Clear? Understood the second one? This means the value, so price after breaking, this became equal to 4k square plus 9k square, or we can say the price becomes equal to 13k square. We know that the value of k square is 1,000. We can put this value over here. So our price will be 13,000. New price 13,000. All right? Yes, directly proportional दोनों में ही है. All right? Those who could not get the question, now is it clear to all of you? No problem here. The question says, find the loss percentage in total value due to the breakage. What is the loss? Earlier it was 25,000. Now it is 13,000. So loss is 25,000 minus 13,000. That is the loss in terms of percentage. Divide by the initial value and then multiply by 100. That is the loss percentage. Clear? So 12,000 upon 25,000 into 100 is what we have to do. The answer is 48%. Those who got it, well done. Those who could not get earlier, now I hope it is clear. Ashu, that's because W में हमने K पहले ही लगा दिया है. Kanishka, I have taken the proportionality constant. K is there. Even if we take the constant, it will get cancelled. Okay, Kanishka? Anurag will come to that. This is the method 1 of doing it. This is just the regular method. Okay? Let us do something cool. Ready for that? Let's do something cool. Correct? I'm erasing all of it. This is the normal method. Now let us go to the Mentos method. Okay? Mentos zindagi chini hai. Whenever things are in direct proportion, they get divided. They get divided. Okay, we know that. 25,000. Before breaking, 25,000 upon 2 plus 3 is 5. 5. They got divided. Okay. This thing is going to be constant. After breaking, we don't know, let it be P. And it becomes 2k whole square plus 3k whole square. That's all. Let's solve it. If I solve, it becomes 25k square. So 1,000 upon k square is equal to P upon, if you solve this, you get how much? 13k square. They get cancelled. See, constant of proportionality will always get cancelled. So new price is 13,000. Rest, you know what has to be done. Jitul did this only? Very good. So, Bhavisha, we have saved more than a minute here. ठीक है? हाँ, same ही था, लेकिन थोड़ा सा हमने जल्दी से कर दिया. That was Mentos जिंदगी. Now let us go to a better जिंदगी, the best जिंदगी. Ready for that? Ready for that? Ready? See, 2 plus 3 whole square is equivalent to 25,000. Forget k because k is going to be cancelled. If 2 plus 3 whole square is equivalent to 25,000, that means if I solve this, 25 is equivalent to 25,000, then what will be equivalent to 2 square plus 3 square? 25 बन गया 25,000, तो 13 बनेगा 13,000. That's it. So we made it way more shorter. This can be done mentally. और भी अच्छा हो गया. This is Piyush. Very good. And after that, you are subtracting this thing, 25,000 minus 13,000, and doing all that stuff, calculating the percentage. So there are 3 ways to solve this question. But for this very way, I'm going to do something which will actually be logical and properly magical. करें एक और काम करते हैं एक चीज और कर सकते हैं. See, earlier it was 2 plus 3 whole square का कुछ equivalent था, बाद में it was 2 square plus 3 square का कुछ equivalent है. By the way, tell me something. Don't you think that 25 is a representative of 25,000 and 13 is a representative of 13,000? Right? Right? So this is not even relevant to us. Cancel ही होगा. वो 1,000 जो था, this 1,000 was the constant in all the cases. So instead of doing all of it, I'll just do one thing. 2 and 3 was there. 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 25. Before breaking, afterward became 13. 25 minus 31, 25 is my answer. That is 48%. Without using pen, paper, or anything, you can just solve this. काम ही खत्म हो गया. All right. So that is what I need you guys to understand. That things which are common would get cancelled. Yeah, I'll just repeat it once again. Before breakage, square of 2 plus 3 was 25. After breakage, sum of 2 square and 3 square was 13. This is the loss on initial value. That's it. Final minus final value. Initial minus final upon initial multiplied by 100. Then Raj, 2 square plus 3 square. 2 square plus 3 square, no? 2 plus 3 whole square. Okay, मैं लिख देता हूँ. This is before breaking. And 2 square plus 3 square, this is after breaking. Now I think it will be crystal clear. यश वेट स्क्वायर हुआ तो है 5 का स्क्वायर 25 है 2 और 3 के स्क्वायर का सम 13 है. Deep, that is not possible because you have to wait for the entire time to get over. Next question. The monthly tariff, इसको बाद में करते हैं. Let's do. चलो कर ही लेते हैं. The monthly tariff of a DTH provider consists of two parts: a fixed part for providing the service and a variable part which varies with the number of channels opted for. The monthly tariffs of two customers who opted for 30 channels and 50 channels are 350 and 450 respectively. Find the monthly tariff of a customer who opted for 60 channels. You have 3 minutes. Solve this. All right. I think all of you have done this already. No point in explaining much, but I'll just give you a. This is not CAT level question. It was in CAT only at one point of time. So this is a very logical question. There was a fixed cost, and then there was a variable cost. So I can write F plus N times V, where F is the fixed cost, N is the number of channels, and V is the variable cost. Variable cost per channel. All right. So we can make two equations. First, when we had 30 channels, the tariff was 350. This will be total cost. So 350 is equal to F plus 30 times V. And second case, 450 is equal to F plus how much? 50. 50V. We have equation 1 and equation 2. We can solve it to get the value. You know how to solve the equations. The value of V will be 5 and the value of F will be 200. I hope that is how you guys did it. And what we have to find? We have to find F plus 60V. Clear? Upon solving these two equations, we can subtract 1 from 2. You will get V and then put in the value, get F. Clear? That's how you must have done it. Simple, eh? But let's do it in a better way. without using pen and paper at all. So what I'm going to do over here, when channels were 30, 350 was the price. When channels are 50, 450 is the price. When channels are 60, how much would be the price? See, how many channels grew here? 20. The growth in channel is 20. The growth in tariff is 100. That means for every 20, growth is 100. That means for every 1, the growth will be of 5. Hai na? 20 into 5 is 100. So when the growth is of 10, when growth is 20, cost rose by 100. When the growth is 10 in channels, the cost will rise by 50. Answer is 500. That's it. You can solve it mentally. Those who did this way, very good. चलो ब्रेक यही किया अच्छी बात है वेरी गुड आदित्य Yeah, Akanksha, when the growth in channel was 20, the growth in tariff was 100. So the growth is of 10, जो कि half है 20 का. So here the growth will be 50, जो half है 100 का. That's it. 450 से 500 हो गया. Nothing else. Now coming to partnerships. So when two or more people enter into a partnership, their ratio of profits, is always divided in the ratio of their investments. That is common sense, right? But there is a concept of time value of money. Right, Shinchan? Ratio of profits can also be equal to ratio of investments multiplied by time. Okay? Because it is a possibility that one person invests for the complete year, one invests only for 6 months. That's it. There's no more concepts here. Let us do the questions and try to finish this up. Here comes the first question. Leonardo started a business with $300,000. 2 months later, Caprio joined him with $200,000. Leonardo left after 6 months, whereas Caprio stayed till the end of the year. Find the ratio of their shares in the year-end profit. Pragya, is that Bengali? Rahul, there's no explanation. It's just this. जितना invest करोगे उतना ही profit मिलेगा. Let's do the question and it will become clear. Okay. Here is the question. So Leonardo had invested $300,000 for how many months? For 6 months. And Caprio joined after 2 months, but he remained invested throughout the year. That means he was invested for how many months? For 10 months. This is going to be the ratio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up here. What is 2 3s are 6? 9 upon 10 is the answer. 9 is to 10. Clear? Perfect. Going to the next one. Raj invested rupees 76,000 in the business. After a few months, Monty joined him and invested rupees 57,000. At the end of the year, both of them shared the profits in the ratio 2:1. After how many months, Monty joined Raj? So Raj was invested throughout the year, 12 months, so multiply kar diya. And Monty joined after a few months. We don't know how many months after he joined. So let his total months of investment is X. This is the ratio. This will be the ratio, right? And for the profit, the ratio is this is 2:1. We can solve it and get the value of X. 19 3s are 57, 19 4s are 76. 3 4s are 12. 2 2s are 4. So 8 upon X is equal to 1. So X is equal to 8. He was invested for 8 months. Monty, right? 8 महीने तक वो रहा, इसका मतलब वो 4 महीने बाद आया होगा. Answer is 4 months. He remained invested for 8 months. Some people must have marked 8. They forgot. The question was asking for after how many months Monty joined Raj. So we have to subtract 8 from 12. So Rajit says, oh, and I can feel you. Those who mark 8 must have missed out this one. Very good, Aditya. Kashish also says, oh, this, oh, you know, oh, I like this term, oh. Oh. This sound denotes a lot of expressions, isn't it? Have you watched John Wick? John Wick, the main villain in the first franchise. When you talk to John Wick said nothing. and he said, oh, it happened thrice in the movie. Oh, first it was humor, then it was fear, and in the end it was happiness. You remember that? Oh, coming to the next question. Okay, Shinjan. X, Y, and Z start a web-based venture together. X invests rupees 2.5 lakhs, Y invests rupees 3.5 lakhs, and Z invests rupees 4 lakhs. In the first year, the venture makes a profit of rupees 2 lakhs. A part of the profit is shared in Y and Z in the ratio 2:3, and the remaining profit is divided among X, Y, and Z in the ratio of their initial investments. The amount that Z receives is 4 times the amount that X receives. How much amount does Y receive? I'm giving 3 minutes for this. बड़ी जल्दी आंसर आ गया तुम लोग यार, ऐसा कैसे? All right, let's try to solve this. Not a difficult question, it's just that it is calculative. है ना? So, these two guys, who are they? Y and Z, they divided it in the ratio 2:3. That means Y must have got 2K and Z must have got 3K. So the remaining profit will be how much? Will be how much? 2K plus 3K, 5K has gone. So 2 lakhs minus 5K is remaining. All right? All right? 2 lakh minus 5K is remaining, which has to be divided between X, Y, and Z in the ratio. What is the ratio of X, Y, and Z? 2.5. 2.5 is to 3.5 is to how much? Is to 4. So what is this ratio? 5 is to 7 is to 8. है ना? Ratios are in fraction, so I just multiplied this by 2. 2 into 2.5, 2 into 3.5, 2 into 4. To make it a proper natural number. 5 is to 7 is to 8. So it says the amount that Z receives is 4 times the amount that X receives. How much amount does Y receive? Okay. So Z has received what? 5 plus 7 is 12 plus 8 is 20. So Z has received 8th part of 20 parts of 2 lakhs minus 5K plus Z also received this 3K plus 3K. That is what Z has received. And this amount is 4 times the amount that X has received. So 4 times of what X has received. X has received 5 parts of 20 parts of 2 lakh minus 5K. We can solve this and get the value of K, right? Not difficult, but it's just a bit lengthy. All right? I think I don't need to solve it. All of you can solve it. All of you must have solved it. आगे बढ़ें. And in the end, you have to tell how much has Y received. Okay, all of you can solve it. The answer is 75,000. No, there is no simple. This is the simplest. This is the only method. Kanishka, Y plus 3K. y plus 3k because z has got 3k as well. No, शुरुआत में लिखा था इनको. A part of the profit is shared in y and z in the ratio 2:3. So I added z share from this remaining profit and also this one. That is why I have added 3k. So there is no shortcut. It has to be an equation. Ankit, which part? The entire part. Should I solve it? Okay. I'm explaining you again. See, it's given that a part of the profit is shaped in y and z in the ratio 2:3. So I have given 2k to y and 3k to z out of 2 lakhs rupees. So remaining profit is 2 lakh minus 5k. All right. This has to be divided. This has to be divided between x, y, and z in this ratio. The ratio is 5:7:8. Okay, done that. Now the question says the amount that z receives. How much will be? How much will z receive? Z received 8 points, 8 parts out of this, 5 plus 10 plus 8, 20 points, 20 parts. So 8 upon 20 of 2 lakh minus k. This is z's. This is what z has received from the remaining profit, and z is also received as 3k. So I added this whole becomes z's profit. All right? Yeah. All of you. देखो यहाँ पे जिसको समझ में नहीं है. This thing is 4 times the amount that x has received. X has not received anything initially. X has received 5 out of 20 parts of the remaining profit. इसका 4 times is z का value. So we can solve this and get the value of k. All right. What is the value of k? You want to solve it. 20 and 20 get cancelled. This 4 will cancel this 8 2 times. Oh no, this is not possible because it is addition in between. Wait. All right. Okay, I'm solving it then. If you guys are not able to solve. I can cancel this out, right? Here it is 4 into 5, 20. 4 into 5 is 20 only. This gets cancelled totally. Here we have 8 upon 20. 4 2s are 8 and 4 5s are 20. Becomes 2 by 5. So far, so good. Now I'll open this bracket. And what will I get? I'll get 2 times this. That is 4 lakhs minus 10k whole upon 5. Taking 5 as LCM. So this becomes 15k. This is equal to 2 lakhs minus 5k. All right. Is it clear? Understandable? Akash, we'll go to that. Very good. Well done. Okay. So let's solve it now. We have 4 lakhs plus 5k is equal to 5 into this 10 lakhs minus 25k. Now we can solve it clearly. So here we have 4 lakhs. Here we have how much? 10 lakhs. So 30k will be equal to 6 lakhs. Which further means the value of k will be 20,000. Is it clear till here? Till this step clear to all of you? K is 20,000. Okay? All of you got that? Those who could not solve it, those who want me to solve. Now it's clear. K becomes 20,000. We have to find the amount that y receives. How much has y received? Y receives 7 parts of these 20 parts. 7 parts of 7 of these 20. And y has also received 2k. All right? All right. So y has received 2k from here plus 7 by 20 of 2 lakhs minus 5k. Putting the value of k, you can solve it. The value of k is 20,000. All right. And you will get your answer as 75k. Cool. Perfect. Now let us do another way. Itna kar liya? Let us do it in another way. So in that other way, I assume that the remaining profit is 2 lakhs minus 5k. Now I'll assume nothing. Whatever the remaining profit is, I don't care about that. There's one thing which I know. After these guys y and z have received their amounts, whatever is left was being divided into ratio 2.5 is to 3.5 is to 4, which was nothing but 5 is to 7 is to 8. All right. So let that amount be 5k plus 7k plus 8k. This is after y and z have got their share in the ratio 2:3. This is what is the remaining profit. Can I say that? Yes or no? I'm writing remaining profit. Any problem there? And y and z, they have received in 2:3. So y and z, y must have received how much? Y has received, let's say, 2 times L, and z has received 3 times L. Before this, before this remaining profit. Overall, y has received how much? 2L plus 7k. and Z has received 3L plus 8K, and X has received only 5K. Can we say that? Is this clear to you, all of you? Remaining कैसे? Okay, wait. I'll do it all again. See. Y got 2A. I'm removing KL, I'm saying A. Z has got 3A. Okay? After that, whatever was remaining, X has got 5B, Y has got 7B, and Z has got 8B. Is this clear to all of you? Is this part clear? निश्चित छोड़ दो L वाला भी देखो ये clear हो गया 2:3 so 2 and 3 आ गया and 2.5 is to 3.5 is to 4 इससे आ गया this is equal to 5 is to 7 is to 8 clear now it's clear so if I take overall Y has received 2A plus 7B Z has received 3A plus 8B and X has received only 5B makes sense now whatever is given in the question we'll use that and get our answer so in the question it says Z receives 4 times the amount that X receives. That means 3A plus 8B. What Z received is 4 times of what X received. Cool. So we got 3A plus 8B is equal to 20B. Which further means 3A minus 12B is equal to 0. Or dividing by 3 we can say A minus 4B is equal to 0. Or we can also say A is equal to 4B. Is that right? Is that right? अभी simple हो गया? A is equal to 4B. Simple answer, right? Exactly. A is equal to 4B. All we have to find is the what amount does Y receive. So Y has received 2A plus 7B. A 4B है. तो मैं Y को 2A plus 7B. I'm replacing A with 4B. This is what Y has received 8 and 7. 15B is the amount that Y has received. We only have to find the value of B and we get our answer. All right. How do we get that? Because we knew that this total profit in पूरे का sum will be equal to 2 lakhs, and that is how we get the value of B. Cool. Did this way very good. So this Y equal to 2A can be replaced with how much? A is 4B, so becomes 8B, and 3A becomes 12B. Now 8B plus 12B plus 5B plus 7B plus 8B is equal to 2 lakhs. All right. Add them all. How much do you get? You get 40B. That is equal to 2 lakhs. 40B is 2 lakhs. So B is 5,000. Put it here and get the answer is 75,000. This will be, I think, less calculative. Pratham, how I got A as 4B? I solved it, no? All the steps in front of you. Look at this. Gauri, after Y is 15B, no? This is Y is 15B. I added all of it. This is equal to 2 lakhs. This is total profit, right? Before breaking and afterwards. Total profit. So I replaced A with 4B. So 2A became 8B, 3 became 12B. So overall 8B plus 12B plus 5B plus 7B plus 8B, this whole is 40B, which is equal to total profit of 2 lakhs. That's it. Anushka, in the beginning of the session, I told you that ratio of profit is equal to ratio of investment only. ठीक है? Invested value ही थी वो. उतना ही profit का भी ratio होगा. Okay, Anushka? Ratio of investments is only ratio of profits. I think you lost something in between. Not clear. John Wiggins says, oh, coming to the last question for today. Anil, Bobby, and Chintu jointly invest in a business and agree to share the whole profit in proportion to their proportion of their investment. This should be off. Anil's share of investment is 70%. His share of profit increases by 420. If the overall profit goes down from 18 to 15%, Chintu's share increases by rupees 80. If overall profit goes up from 15 to 17%, okay, amount invested by Bobby is what? Sumit got the answer. Okay, Sumit. Yes, what typo था? That was typing mistake. All of you got 2000? A lot of people have got the answer, a lot of you, and others are not able to approach the question. Why is it so? कोई PYQ तो नहीं है ये? Those who got the answer, would you share your logic? And how did you get the answer? Yeah, I'm waiting for a few, 1 minute more. I'll explain, of course, Bablu. Those who are getting the answer, how do you get it? Nobody's telling the logic. Oh, Vanshika. Good, Vanshika. Very good. चिंतन में चुंटू नहीं है, चिंटू है. चिंतन यहाँ गुरुजी में भी टाइप हो. Okay, the question is not that difficult. It's just how it has been phrased. See, overall profit goes down from 18 to 15. That means it has gone down by 3%, right? This 3% is equivalent to rupees 420. Clear? Clear? For whom? For whom? It is for Anil. All right. 3% is 420. That means 1% is 140, which also means 100% is 14,000. So this 100% is for Anil. All right. But for the entire group, this is only 70%. Here, 100% of Anil's investment is 14,000. But for the entire group, it is 70% only. So for the entire group of A, B, and C, Anil, Bobby, and Chintu, 70% is equivalent to 14,000. Which means 1% is equivalent to how much? 2,000. Sorry, 200. All right. Which means 100% for the entire group will be equal to 20,000. So overall 20,000 का investment हुआ था. Clear? जानने में समझ में आ गया होगा. All right, 20,000 investment. Now look at this Chintu's wala case. For Chintu, see, for Chintu what is happening? For Chintu, profit increased from 15 to 17. That means 2% increment. So Chintu, when it increased by 2%, in terms of money, it was 80 rupees. So 2% is equal to 80 rupees for Chintu, which means 1% is equivalent to 40 rupees for Chintu, which also means 100% for Chintu is equivalent to how much? 4,000. So 4,000 is for Chintu, 14,000 is for Anil, 20,000 is for everyone. तो बचा कौन बीच में? Bobby. So 20,000 minus 14,000 minus 4,000 is 2,000. That is what the investment of Bobby is. यश सोचो फिर से एक बार. This is for Anil. This is for Chintu. This is for entire group. यहाँ पैसा क्या है? Now I think it's clear. This was actually easiest, yeah. But then that means profit has gone down by 3%. Yeah, it's a percentage question, exactly. More than partnership or more than variation, it was a percentage question. I hope it's clear. वो लिखा ऐसा था कि थोड़ा दिक्कत थी, but now I think it's clear to all of you. By the way, so this is the last question, and it is I was aiming to finish the class of ratio, proportion, and this variation in one session, which was not possible because there were a lot of people and a lot of queries were there. That is why I took an extra session today, which is not in the schedule. And I think now ratio, proportion, variation is clear. And today you have learned how to create the formula and what is the significance of variation. If things are in direct variation, we need to divide that. If it is in inverse proportion, we need to just multiply them. And that is how all the formulae of arithmetic were created. So the next, I think, mixture alligation. After that, time, speed, distance, time, and purpose is going to be the most important part of arithmetic will be started. And this thing what we did today in the initial 1 hour of the class is the most important thing which should be taken care of. I hope all of it was understood to everyone. In case you have any doubts, just tag me in the group and put the doubt over there. Now, what happened? Yeah, total investment, whatever was, out of that 70% was of Anil only. Okay, that is what it meant. Rashika. Which shortcut? I explained a lot of shortcuts actually. Rashna, what happened? You said this, please. I think a lot of queries are getting lost. Nishit, that's great then, no? For group, yeah, for the group 70% was of Anil. Okay, Abhishek? The group का 70% Anil का था, that is 14,000. So when I equated 70% to 14,000, I got the value of 100% for the entire group. But that will keep on happening, you know, practice more and ask doubts. Practice and ask doubts. After a few days, it will be cool. Thanks, Shinchan. Rashika, you'll have to tell me which exact shortcut. Or you can just, take the screenshot, put in the doubts group, and you can tag me there and ask me. What was it actually? First class. How 3% is 420? Rashna, it's given in the question. No. When the whole profit went down from 18 to 15, his profit decreased by 420. See, in terms of percentage, decreases of 3%. And in terms of money, decreases 420. That is why I credit 3% to 420. Rashna. Shall we? While looking at the question, reading it properly and practicing it more and more, you'll get to realize that what has to be implemented over there. Ayush, the investment profit is same actually. That was the problem with the phrasing of the question. All right. और practice करो, कोई बात नहीं, अभी तो बिल्कुल नए हो. We have 8 months. You'll get through it easily. Just try to solve more questions. Weather, Priya, how is the weather? Here it is nice. Chalo, take care everyone. We'll meet again. Prathamesh. Great. आशीष प्रैक्टिस करने का टाइम है, मतलब ये परसेंटेज के क्वेश्चन के लिए टाइम है एक्चुअली. बाय एवरीवन. Hailstorms, where is hailstorm? Seems like a nice weather. आनंद 15-18 होता तो उसका लॉस होता ना, उसका प्रॉफिट इंक्रीज कर जाता उस केस में. Yeah, Ayush, there was some kind of typo. Phrasing error था, not a typo, phrasing error. We are in Jharkhand, okay. So I'm Chandigarh.